The 2000 Atlanta Pride Parade is about to begin.
That I came to stand as a representative, a member of the Black gay Christian community, to let everybody know that God does not discriminate.
Okay. I know this is kind of impromptu, but is there any way you could do one little freestyle for us? Something from the heart.
Something from the heart.
That's about 30 seconds. Can you do that for us?
30 seconds.
And show us your skills.
Sure, I can. I have something to say that goes like this. This is my first time saying this public. I'm a look lesbian Christian and proud to be down with JC and glad Jesus lives in all who believe.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Clark. We really appreciate it. Once again, it's been Terrence Steele with OutTV Atlanta.
Amen.
I'm Rob Martin, and welcome to OutTV Atlanta's Election 2000, a 30-minute forum discussing major issues now important to all of America, to Georgians, and particularly to gay citizens about our political future on the eve of the November 2000 election. Our guest, in alphabetical order, beginning with W, and we have a W and a Y, representing the Stonewall Democrats, Dr. Bob Whitelaw Jr. Good evening, Bob. And from Georgia's Log Cabin Republicans, that organization's communications director, Mr. Mark Yeager. Good evening, Mark. Vernon Jones, victorious as Chief Executive Officer in Tuesday's DeKalb County runoff, says he'll support a wide range of initiatives important to gays in Metro Atlanta. A Democrat who served 2 terms in the Georgia House of Representatives, Jones has no Republican opponent in the November general election, so effectively he is DeKalb's new top official and will take office January 2001. OutTV Atlanta spoke with Vernon Jones on the eve of Tuesday's runoff race.
Good morning.
So we'd like to ask you some questions. We keep getting asked questions about your stand on such things as domestic partnership benefits, for example. Can you give us some view on that for your DeKalb constituents?
Certainly. DeKalb County, of course, we don't have a domestic partnership benefit plan. I want to look at what they've done in the city of Atlanta, what they've done in Fulton County, Chicago, all around this country. I think it's an important imperative that, first of all, we attract the best and the brightest minds, regardless of race or sexual orientation or gender. I think it's important to offer benefits to everybody, to all of our employees. And certainly, when it comes to domestic partnership, I believe in it, I support it, and there's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't do it.
How about equal housing and employment opportunities?
I don't think anybody should be discriminated against, period, based on their sexual orientation, period. Nobody should be discriminated against, especially housing, job opportunities. I know what it feels like to be discriminated against. The fact of it is, we cannot tolerate that. People pay taxes, they work hard, they have families, and they should be given the same equal rights under the law.
How about gay adoptions? Any view on that?
Well, let me tell you, it's taking place. The fact of it is, if there's a situation where there's a partnership and one happens to have a child, those benefits should be extended to that child as well. I think that's what they're doing up in Chicago. I think that makes sense. I think it's important to extend that benefit to that child, and I have absolutely no problem with that.
How about gay adoptions? Do you have a stance on?
Really don't have a stance on that, but I know I have several gay friends who have adopted. So to me, if a gay couple partnership meets the requirements, when whatever those requirements are, then I don't think that they should be precluded from adopting, because I think what's important is a caring, nurturing family environment for a child.
This is Terrence Steele with OutTV Atlanta. With me is Representative John Lewis. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fine, sir. I'm delighted, very happy, and pleased to be here.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit of something about your work with the Human Rights Campaign?
Well, over the years, since I've been in Congress, and I've been in Congress now this is my 14th year, I've been a strong supporter of the rights of all of our citizens. I believe that we must stand up for the dignity of all human beings. So the Human Rights Organization and Committee tend to stand up for the things that I believe in. You know, in my younger life, I fought very hard against discrimination based on race and color. And the human rights effort is fighting against discrimination, not only based on race and color and national origin, but based on sexual orientation. We must not discriminate against someone because they happen to be gay or lesbian, because people of a different sexual orientation. That's not in the room in American society for discrimination. So I identify with efforts to end discrimination in all forms.
What were some of your favorite causes over the years?
Well, the favorite cause was probably the First AIDS Walk. I was director of the First AIDS Walk in 1991. And we had like 25,000 people there and raised $568,000. So that's just one of many, I think. Carrying the Olympic torch was a real big honor to have a gay man carrying the Olympic torch. I had a gay friend of mine pass the torch to me also. So that was really amazing.
Tremendous. What about the gay community over 30 years? What are some of the things you've seen? Where we come?
Oh, we've come a long way. Definitely people being not afraid to be out and say who they are and you know, what they represent. And to become involved more and more so in community. So I'd like to see a lot more people get involved in community, volunteer-wise. But yeah, they've come a long way. They really have. Atlanta's been a great experience for me. And the things I've been able to accomplish over the years, I could not have done without, I'm talking literally thousands of volunteers who make it happen. Burkhurst has been a great venue here too. I might add that for doing fundraising. They're very supportive. And yeah, well, but I appreciate all the help everyone's given all the years.
We wish you well.
We did the right thing and opened our doors to the community, which is not a creative idea, but it was certainly a different and scary idea compared to what most congregations were doing. 10 years later, we now have over 1,500 members. We average over 800 a Sunday. We, as a result of all these persons, we have resources to send teams to Honduras and Appalachia. We have a shelter for homeless women and their children. We have an outreach program of breakfast on Saturday. We support a number of community areas that in the past we could not have helped. And by opening the doors and the church growing, we're really the church and reaching out, which is the real true mission of the church anyway.
Hi, I'm here with National League baseball player Billy Bean. How you doing, Billy?
Fine. Glad to be here.
Now, you actually played on a number of teams, didn't you?
Right. I played from 1987 to 1995, and I started with the Detroit Tigers, LA Dodgers, and San Diego Padres. Kind of a culmination, a few trips back and forth to the minor leagues, but spread over about 9 years.
Now you're really an advocate for the gay and lesbian community because you took that step and came out publicly as being a gay man.
It's a privilege, and I really look at it as a responsibility more than something for myself. You know, to be public is not the easiest thing all of a sudden after 35 years of my life kind of running from something, and coming out is really the beginning of a journey, not the end of one. I think that the only message that I really try to send out is that there are a lot of people I know that have felt the same things that I have, and if someone can use the fact that I was a Major League Baseball player as kind of a backdrop and identify with someone who's involved in mainstream, work in the United States, and that might help them realize that there shouldn't be limitations placed upon yourself, which basically is the way I feel about my career. I did achieve a lot to get to the big leagues, but I think I held myself back because I had so much frustration inward about my sexuality. The most important thing is that gay and lesbian youth, heterosexual youth, whatever, have the self-confidence to achieve what they're capable of and not feel less of a person by, long ago year-old stereotypes about gay and lesbian, if you're or racial diversity or whatever. So it's a message that everyone should be able to relate to.
I am delighted today because it is my great privilege to introduce to you the governor of the state of Georgia, Roy Barnes.
Well, I appreciate that warm welcome, and I appreciate you allowing me to come and to visit with you tonight. I'm glad to be here to talk with you as Georgia taxpayers and Georgia citizens who just happen to be gay and lesbian citizens of the state of Georgia.
The Gay and Lesbian Victory Fund is the only organization who works exclusively to elect openly gay people to elected office at all levels, from school board to United States Senate. We do that through a network of donors who we ask to support people nationwide. The interesting thing about the Victory Fund is that we are a national organization. We have candidates all over the country, from places like West Virginia, where there's not a lot of support for gay people, to Atlanta here, Kathy Woolard, and Carla Drenner, who is now the first openly gay person to be in the Georgia legislature. So we use this network to elect openly gay people to public office. There are 500,000 elected officials in the United States, and only 200 of them are openly gay.
Hi, I'm Terrence Caldwell with OutTV Atlanta, and I'm here with Seth Persilli, who is the founder of the National
Gay and Lesbian College Fund.
Gay and Lesbian College Fund. Tell us a little bit about that.
The organization works to give scholarships, either help high school students who have had to drop out get their GEDs, or college scholarships. We also try and do graduate student scholarships as well, to kids who have been adversely affected by homophobia for a whole variety of reasons. Some have to drop out of high school because of anti-gay violence. Some have to drop out of college when their parents find out they're gay. Some face, all different types of reasons that gay kids are. I think the last statistic that came out showed that they were 3 times less likely to get even a high school education than their straight counterparts. We're trying to remedy that inequity in the education system.
That sounds great. How old is this program?
We're about 2 years old, a little over 2 years old. We were founded in Boston, Massachusetts.
And how many people get in touch with you to help out with the foundation?
Our local office number is 404-874-1056. You can also email me directly at Seth, SETHP, at gayfunds, GAYFUNDS.org, and that's our website as well, www.gayfunds.org.
Is America. There is no them. There is only us.
Hi, my name is Charles, and you're at Local Luna, and you're watching OutTV Atlanta.
And he has these experiences, and inevitably what he has to find out, what he has to find for himself is that he's whole all by himself, that the only person that matters is him in terms of loving himself. Love for Michael was always external. It never started inside, it was never internal.
How would you describe your art?
Really Saturday morning cartoon. That's the one thing that keeps coming back through my work is this cartoon theme, and anything that's really fun and colorful.
Yeah.
It's kind of like celebrating the child in me, so.
And they all have your face.
Yes.
That's so neat.
Well, it's kind of going back and forth to wanting to be an artist and trying to make a living as an artist. The one thing that I kept coming back to was me.
These are 2 separate pieces done about 4 years apart, but about very similar subjects. About 4 years ago, my twin brother died, and I did this piece almost holding my hands up against the sarcophagus or the urn of not wanting to see it. Literally, I did the painting, and then I put solvent on my hands and leaned against the painting and rubbed against it at my height. So it was kind of about not wanting to see it, having it there floating in front of me. And then this last year, it was a pretty rough year. David Fraley and Michael Venezia, 2 of the guys in Taboo group that I was in, died 5 months apart, and they were 2 of my closest friends. And I mean, Michael and I shared a studio for 7 years. He was one of my best friends, if not my best friend. So as a result, I was writing his eulogy for the ceremony, and cry break type, that kind of thing. And at one point I thought, I'm going to get the camera and document this image. But anyway, I wanted to do a drawing from it, and I never knew if I'd exhibit it. It was one of those things that I had to get out of myself, almost like an emotional exorcism.
It's a labor of love with many people contributing time, energy, and money to Gucci and local designer Bob Ellis.
Puccini's opera Turandot.
Yes, now we tried to talk to Fred Scott, but unfortunately...
We did, but Fred is up to his neck, as they tell us in rehearsals, but he did promise us an interview at the end of the season.
That's great. We'll look forward to that. But we did talk to Alfred Kennedy.
Alfred Kennedy, the president of the Atlanta Opera, and here he is. Where's Atlanta Opera going, and how are we financially?
We're in excellent shape financially. We have no debts. We are approaching a $5 million annual budget, which is amazing to me. When I started with the company shortly before Fred did, I think our total budget was about $500,000. We're doing 4 productions. We are basically selling out the Fox Theater, 3 performances of each production, and it's something I'm very proud to have been a part of.
The Atlanta Symphony is looking for a new building. How about the Atlanta Opera?
Well, we do.
The beautiful ice princess Turandot reigns over ancient Peking and challenges suitors to a deadly riddle game. If they answer all 3 riddles correctly, they win her hand. In the crowd watching the execution are Timur, the exiled king of Tartary, his slave girl and guide, Liu, and Khalaf, Timur's son, a prince. Timur does not know that Khalaf is in the crowd, but Khalaf emerges as he dares to accept the challenge of the riddles. Timur is absolutely frightened by this prospect, and Liu, who loves Khalaf and has loved him for a long time, begs him not to strike the gong, not to say, "I'll take the dare."
What are you doing in Atlanta?
I'm here. I'm doing a benefit screening of my movie, I'm the One That I Want, and I'm promoting it. It's going to be opening here on August 11th.
Yeah, where are you going after this on your tour?
We're going to New York and then Chicago, all for promoting the film.
Great. Well, good luck with it.
Thank you.
So are you running for some kind of pageant?
No, I'm the hostess at Burkhart's.
Okay.
And so I'm there, and since Burkhart's is one of the sponsors with ATI for this event, I'm here to host the event and help Margaret in. And we've been friends since her last visit back in January. So.
Oh, so does she frequent Atlanta often?
She comes. This is her second time this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're very excited. We did a Super Bowl Sunday at Burkhart's for Politically Incorrect, and now we're back here for this benefit in August.
Gay and Lesbian Film Festival, which is going to happen at Phipps Plaza.
Have been shot. I'm 35 years old. I'm so afraid to tell people. I mean, Susan, I'm gay.
Are we tighter? I'm squeezing.
We gotta hide my boobs because
Let's hide your
my
boobs.
boobs look so big and.
Hi. Okay, let's run through it one time.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Dawn and Joey have the night off, so it's just the two of us.
Woo, honey, all right for us. Tonight we'll be bringing you the process of bringing another Olympic event right here to the Atlanta area. Now we're talking about the bid for the 2006 Gay Games to come right here in our backyard to Atlanta.
That's right, the 2002 games are going to be held in Sydney, Australia. And the 2006 games are going to be held here in Georgia. And you've heard it right here on OutTV Atlanta.
Boom. Now who all are we competing against on
We're
this?
competing against, damn, that was so good. Let's do it. Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Joey and Dawn are working on other projects, so it's just the two of us tonight.
All right for us, honey. Tonight we'll be bringing you the process of bringing another Olympic event right here to Atlanta in our backyard. Now we're talking about the bid for the 2006 Gay Games to come right here in Atlanta. What do you think about that?
That's great, and it's going to be here. The 2002 games are being held in Sydney, Australia, so we're bidding for the 2006, and it's going to be here in Atlanta. You've heard it right here on OutTV Atlanta.
Now we're entertaining the bid process. Now who are we competing against in this bid process?
Well, we're competing against Chicago,
Montreal, and
Chicago.
LA.
Damn. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, keep on going.
We gotta start.
Ah! Stop it. We were doing so good.
Chicago, LA, Montreal.
Okay.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Joey and Dawn are working on other projects, so it's just the two of us tonight.
Honey, it's you and I tonight.
It's you and I.
Tonight we'll be bringing you the process of bringing another Olympic event right here to the Atlanta area. Now the process we're talking about is the bid for the 2006 Gay Games to take place right here in Atlanta in our backyard.
That's right. The 2002 games are being held in Sydney, Australia, and the 2006 games are going to be here in Atlanta. You've heard it first on OutTV Atlanta.
We're in the bid process.
That's
now
right.
who are we competing against in this bid process?
Well, we have Chicago,
Montreal,
and LA.
That's it.
San Diego's out of it, so Atlanta has a really good shot this year.
All right, honey. Now, what else do we have on tonight's show?
The win.
God, that was so good. She tried to upstage me. Oh.
Anyway.
After we do the gay games, we go into also on tonight's show,
The first gay history.
first history piece. We go into that piece. And then after that piece, we go into the
Rob Martin.
And then also the Judy Shepard. Oh.
Oh, okay, that's right, that's right. Just us tonight.
I'm sorry. So.
Ready? Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Oh, no, it was my fault. I'm sorry.
Dawn and keep on rolling. Pick it up from there.
Sorry.
Good evening.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Dawn and Joey are working on other assignments, so you just have us tonight.
Here we are. Now also tonight we'll be bringing you many things. One of them is a bid process for an Olympic event to take place right here and be hosted by the city of Atlanta. Now I'm talking about the bid for the 2006 Gay Games to come to Atlanta. What do you think about that, Cassandra?
I think it's great. 2002 is being held in Sydney, Australia, and 2006 is going to be here in Georgia. You've heard it right here on OutTV Atlanta.
Now we've started the bid process.
That's right.
And now the people that we are competing against in this process are
Chicago,
Montreal,
and LA.
That's it.
San Diego's out of it, so Atlanta has a really good shot to host that.
Wonderful.
Also tonight we're going to have a first gay history lesson. OutTV Atlanta, O.B. Smith is going to tell us about the father of artificial intelligence, Alan Turing.
O.B.
That's right, O.B. Alan Turing is known for Enigma.
Exactly. Now, wasn't there just a movie released about his life at the Sundance Film Festival?
That's right.
And it talks about Enigma, which was the code process the Germans used to broadcast their signal, and he actually descrambled this signal. Is that correct?
That's right, and that helped us win World War II. Rob's standing by, and he's going to tell us about Project 175.
Isn't it paragraph 175?
Fuck. Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Joey and Dawn have the night off, so it's just the...
But tonight we're here bringing you some news, and what we'll be bringing you tonight is the actual bid process that has started taking place for an Olympic event to take place right here in Atlanta in our backyard.
That's right.
Now we're talking about the bid for the 2006 games to take place in Atlanta. What do you think about? God damn it!
Well, you, if
I'm a
that
little
happens,
raw.
you go, oh yeah, Don and
Okay.
hold my hand so I can squeeze it.
Yes, that's our. You're exactly right.
That's my cue for.
That's my cue.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Don and Joey are working on other projects, so you have just us tonight.
Woo, honey. You and me, girl. Tonight we'll be bringing you the process of bringing another Olympic event right here to Atlanta. Right. Atlanta, as you know, hosts many great events, such as the Olympics. Well, also, we're talking about the bid for the Gay Games to come here in Atlanta in the year 2006.
That's right. 2002 is being held in Sydney, Australia, and you're hearing it right here on OutTV Atlanta. That's going to be here in Georgia.
Now, we've started the bid process to bring the games right here.
That's right.
Now, who are we competing against in this bid process?
Well, Chicago.
Montreal.
And LA.
LA, that's it.
San Diego's out of it, so Atlanta has a really good shot of winning this. Also tonight, we're going to have our first gay history lesson. O.B. Smith is going to tell us about the father of...
Oh. From the beginning? Okay, do you want to do the hand squeeze thing? Okay, I like that.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Joey and Don have the night off, so you just have us tonight.
Well, here we are. What we'll be bringing you tonight on tonight's show, we're talking about bringing another Olympic-sized event right here in Atlanta. Now, we're talking about the bid for the 2006 Gay Games to take place right here in Atlanta. What do you think about that?
I think it's great. 2002 is being held in Sydney, Australia, and you're going to hear it right here on OutTV Atlanta that Georgia is going to get those games for 2006.
That's it. Now, who all are we competing against in this bid process?
Well, it's Chicago,
Montreal,
and LA.
Well, that's it,
that's
LA.
Right. San Diego was in the bid, but they're out now, so that's why Atlanta has a great shot. Also tonight, we're going to do our first gay history lesson.
Oh, that's great.
OutTV Atlanta correspondent O.B. Smith is going to tell us about the father of artificial intelligence, Alan Turing.
Now, Alan Turing, he was the guy who broke the Germans' code when they scrambled the Germans broadcast a signal. They scrambled it so no one else knew what it was, but he's the guy who actually broke this code and helped us win the war. Is that right?
That's right. He helped us win the war. Also, Rob's standing by to tell us about Paragraph 175, which is a movie that shows how gays were treated in the 1920s during the war.
That should be very interesting.
Rob?
Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
That was wonderful. Oh my gosh.
Yes, it was.
Very informative.
Joey did a piece on
Judy Shepard.
That's right, Judy
Now,
Shepard.
as you guys know, Judy Shepard is the mother of Matthew Shepard.
Yeah.
Matthew Shepard, unfortunately, was slain, 1, because he was gay, 2, because he was gay.
And 3, because he was gay.
Okay. Need we say more? Judy shared her story, her pain. I mean, we were sitting there at the Atlanta Executive Network. She was the guest speaker, and she told the whole story of when she first got the call.
That's right.
There was not a dry tear in the whole place.
Make sure you stay tuned for that. That's a great piece.
It's going to be great.
So sit back and enjoy the show. Oh, we forgot to talk about your piece.
Oh, we forgot about what's up.
Okay.
Am I still in?
This is going to be the best one yet.
This is. Are we okay? I'm feeling a lot of sun here. I'm just, you know. 3, 2, 1.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Don and Joey are working on...
They're on assignment, aren't they? That's it. But also tonight...
1, 2, 3. Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Don and Joey are working on another assignment, so you just have us tonight.
Tonight we'll be bringing you another Olympic-sized event. We're talking about the bid for the gay... We're talking about the bid for... Oh, God. Okay. Jesus, Mary. Okay.
Remember,
I'm not married. Is there a leaf in my hair?
Okay, I just have to remember I'm talking to Rob. I'm not talking to
We're
the camera.
talking to Rob.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Joey and Don are working on other assignments, so you just have us tonight.
Here we are. Tonight we'll be bringing you a large event tonight. We're talking about the bid for the 2006 Gay Games to be hosted right here in Atlanta.
The 2002 games are being held in Sydney, Australia, so you're hearing it first here on OutTV Atlanta that George is going to win this
That's
one.
right, baby. We've started the bid process. We're on the move now. Now, who all are we competing against in this bid process?
There's Chicago,
Montreal,
and Los
Angeles. That's
right.
correct.
San Francisco's out of it, so that's why Atlanta has a good shot at winning this. Also tonight is our first gay history.
Gay history.
Gay history piece. OutTV OB Smith is going to tell us about, damn, I'm so sorry.
Alan.
Artificial intelligence.
The founder of artificial intelligence. Can we move on?
No.
We have to cut. Fuck.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Cue cards.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Joey and Dawn are working on other assignments, so you just have us tonight.
Here we are tonight, but also we'll be bringing you a huge Olympic-sized event. Now, this Olympic-sized event, we're talking about the bid process that we've started for the 2006 Gay Games to be hosted by none other than Atlanta, Georgia itself. What do you think about that, girl?
I think we have a good shot of winning that bid. 2002 is being held in Sydney, Australia. So the places that's being bid are
Montreal, Los Angeles,
and Chicago.
That's it.
San Diego's out of it, so that's why Atlanta has a great shot at winning this.
Wonderful.
Also tonight we're having our first gay history lesson.
Oh my God, that's
OB
great.
Smith is going to tell us about the father of artificial intelligence, Alan Turing.
Alan Turing, that should be very interesting.
Do you know who Alan Turing is?
No, I don't.
Alan Turing is the gentleman who cracked the code Enigma.
That's right. And Enigma was the broadcast signal that the Germans sent that was sent out, and he's the one that actually cracked this code and helped us win the war. Is that right?
That's true.
Cool.
Also, there's a film called Enigma at the Sundance playing now.
Wonderful.
Also, damn, what was we talking about?
Joey.
But I forgot what the
Joey.
name. Oh, no, Rob.
Rob.
Also, speaking of World War II, Rob is standing by to tell us about
There's paragraph 175.
175.
Now, that was a movie that took place. It filmed the gay life. Well, it talks about how gays were persecuted and how they were treated during the war times. Is that right?
That's right. Rob?
Thank you, Rob. I did not know that.
Yeah, that was... Did not know what? He didn't say anything.
Makeup!
Thank you, Rob.
And also tonight, our correspondent Joey.
That's right.
We were at the Atlanta Executive Network meeting hosted at the Colony Square, with the special speaker was Judy Shepard. Judy, as you know, is the mother of the slain Matthew Shepard. Now, he was slain merely because he was gay.
Because he was gay.
That is so sad. Judy brought a powerful message to the community. She spoke of, she told us exactly what happened from the time she received the call, what had happened to Matthew. Also, she brought into the whole trial and everything. She also brought a powerful message to everyone, how we could all get involved in our everyday lives. For instance, when people make those little slurs, a little, say no, I will not tolerate that. Stay tuned for that interview too, it'll be great.
It's a great interview, so stay tuned. You want to do it one more time, or?
We reversed our roles, but we managed.
Got through it. I'd say do it again.
Okay. And then we'll do the closing.
We reversed it, but
damn,
honey, my legs go to sleep. You got bugs. Oh. Okay. This is it. I like the hand thing because it lets. We don't even.
Oh, that's right. That's true. Okay.
So don't do that. So what? Can I say something more? What you and I are going to talk about is we're telling Mike, the cameraman, or whatever, about
what's on the show.
What's going to be happening tonight, and we're just having a conversation. We're not telling the in depth, but we're just telling, hey, here's what you're going to see tonight. Think of it that way.
Yeah.
Small clips. Okay, here's your one chance.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Joey and Dawn are working on other assignments, so you just have us tonight.
Now, while they're on assignment tonight, we'll be bringing you, is that a helicopter?
I don't know.
I was like, can you hear that? Yep. We had to cut, right? Okay. B-roll, B-roll. Deck. Hit the deck. I'm sorry. Well, I knew he couldn't record with the helicopter going.
Cool. I've made another.
I should have said hit the deck. No, that's me. It's not that noise. I wish, but anyway. Cassandra, take it away, girl.
Can you move closer so our hands don't seem like we're holding? Good evening and welcome. Me or?
What? Don't strip on your cord. Me? Oh, we are? Well, we knew that. Sound. Action news reporter right here. It's over there.
They're looking for you, James.
Girl, they sure are. No, I'm the one with the hair. Good evening and welcome to this episode of...
Okay, come on, baby. Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Joey and Dawn are working on other assignments, so you just have us tonight.
Now, while they're on assignment, we'll be bringing you the highlights of what we're going to be seeing tonight. Tonight, we're bringing you the bid process for an Olympic-sized event to take place right here in Atlanta. Now, I'm talking about the bid process that we started for the Gay Games to be hosted here by Atlanta in the 2006 year.
That's right. In 2002, the games are being held in Sydney, Australia, and Atlanta has a good shot of winning 2006. Also tonight, you're going to see our first gay history lesson. O.B. Smith is going to tell us about the father of artificial intelligence, Alan Turing.
Now, wasn't there a movie just released about him?
Yeah, it was. It's called Enigma.
Now, Enigma was the process that the Germans used, the code word that the Germans used to broadcast their signal, which he actually decoded this signal.
That's right, and it helped us win World War II.
That's it, baby.
And speaking of the war, during the war, a lot of gays were persecuted for their sexuality.
Now, there's a movie about that called Paragraph 175.
175, and Rob's going to tell us about it.
Wonderful.
Rob?
Thank you, Rob. Take it from thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
That was great.
Yeah. Also, Joey, you going to tell us about what Joey...
Joey, we attended the We attended the Atlanta executive meeting hosted by Colony Square, and Judy Shepard was the guest speaker. Now, Judy Shepard, as you know, is the mother of slain Matthew Shepard, who was slain merely because he was
gay.
That was it. How unfortunate. Now, Judy she gave us all the details from the first time she got the telephone call till actually the death, the funeral, and everything, but also she brought a very powerful message. I shouldn't say death. I think we have enough. Or you want to do it all over? We're fine.
The sun is moving, and every time it keeps moving.
How about we go over here in front of the tree?
How about both of you right here? I can't believe how slippery it is up here.
I think it's because
Well,
it's
they call it Vaseline Alley, honey.
Okay, y'all.
Is that still?
Remember, less is better.
Less is better.
Less is better.
Oh, my hand is cold, isn't it?
That's why I'm doing your butt.
Here, let me warm up. It's the sun. You know.
You want to switch because it doesn't bother me having my glasses.
Well, I'm just worried about my shiny forehead.
It's
Am
not
I not
shining,
shiny?
no.
Oh, thank you. You're so kind.
Good evening. Good evening and welcome to another edition of OutTV Atlanta. I'm Cassandra Williams.
And I'm James Martinez.
Joey and Dawn have the night off. They're working on other material for us.
While they're doing that, we'll be bringing you the highlights of tonight's show. We'll be bringing you the actual bid process for the 2006 Gay Games to be hosted right here in Atlanta. Isn't that great?
That's great. 2002 is being held in Sydney, Australia, and Atlanta has a great shot for the 2006.
That's it.
Also tonight we have our first gay history lesson. O.B. Smith is going to tell us about the father of artificial intelligence, Alan Turing.
Now, wasn't there a movie just released about him at the Sundance Film Festival?
That's right. It's called Enigma.
Now, Enigma was the process that the Germans used to broadcast their signal, and he was the one who actually cracked this code and helped us win the war?
That's right. He helped us win the war. Thanks, Alan. Also, Rob is going to talk about Paragraph 175.
Now, Paragraph 175 was the movie that was made that showed gay life and how the gays were treated during the war times. Is that right?
That's right. Rob? Thanks, Rob.
Now, also tonight, our correspondent Joey spoke to Judy Shepard, the mother of Matthew Shepard, at Atlanta Executive Network meeting.
Let's do Thanks, Rob again.
Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Rob.
Also tonight, Joey had a great interview with Judy Shepard, the mother of Matthew Shepard, at the Atlanta Executive Network meeting.
That's right. That's a great piece. So stay tuned and enjoy the show.
Folks, enjoy the show.
Okay. So, okay, what about the closing? That was a great show.
We'll say that was
every time you're at Burkhart's, it seems like it's a party going on.
Okay.
Okay? Just to mention
Should we say it's a great show, very informative? You want us to talk about the games or Burkhart's or... Oh, we didn't say What's Up Atlanta.
That's all right.
Because it's always a piece, so what's up?
Stay tuned. Once they see it, they'll see it.
Okay. A clever close?
That's a good thing it's ringing out. You know, that's our show for tonight. Thanks for joining. James won't be with us next week because James is going on a cruise.
Now, we're not talking about a cruise at the Heritage, honey.
Where are you going?
I'm going on the boat. Now, it's not really a gay cruise, but there's going to be 1,800 gay men there.
Wow, 1,800.
1,800. That's just my staff.
Now, make sure you're here every Thursday night at 8:30. Right?
Right. Yeah, what she said.
Good night.
Good night. I'm sorry, I didn't follow that lead.
No, I didn't know what to say after that either.
I was like, that's our show.
It was a great show.
It was very informative.
Very.
How about this? How about this location?
This location's great.
You know, we've got to
The
talk to
sun's
the studio
shining on
about
me,
the
I'm looking
setting and
good.
things like that.
That's
You
right.
know, this cruise is gonna be fabulous.
So tell me about it.
There's a party every night on the deck. 1,800 men.
Is it singles?
Well, I think they get single for that cruise, but no, actually, there's. Judy Shepard, VO, take one. Cheese Martinez, whatever. I'm going to take this paragraph by paragraph, so there's going to be several bits and pieces. Introduction, tape one. The Colony Square, host, cut, tape two. The Colony Square was the host of this month's Atlanta Executive Network's monthly meeting with special guest speaker activist Judy Shepard. Tape two. Judy Shepard, introduction, tape two. The Colony Square was the host of this month's Atlanta Executive Network's monthly meeting with special guest speaker activist Judy Shepard. Judy Shepard, take three. The Colony Square was the host for this month's Atlanta Executive Network's monthly meeting with special guest speaker activist Judy Shepard. Judy shared the story of a tragedy of her son, Matthew Shepard. Judy shared the story of the tragedy of her son, Matthew Shepard. Judy shared the story of her son, tragedy of the son, oh God. Oh God, it's too much noise. Judy Shepard, take three. The Colony Square was the host of Atlanta's executive. Tape three. The Colony Square was the host of Atlanta's Executive Network's meeting. Oh, God. The Colony Square was the host of this month's Atlanta Executive Network's meeting with special guest speaker activist Judy Shepard. Judy shared the story of the tragedy for her son, Matthew Shepard. Judy also brought many messages to people. Cut. Messages from Judy. Messages from Judy. Judy explained how people can make a difference on all levels, the effects of hate language, and a special message to parents of gay children. She also brought forth the call of action to get involved in all levels. Is that good? Final cut. Colony Square, the host of this month's Atlanta Executive Network's monthly meeting, featured guest speaker, activist Judy Shepard. Judy shared the story of the tragedy of her son, Matthew Shepard. She also brought many messages, encouragement, and hope to, Messages from Judy. Judy also explained how people can make a difference at all levels, the effects of hate crime, and a message for people of gay children, for parents of, oh God. Cut. Close that door, please. I'm going to try this one more time. Whee! The Colony Square was the host of this month's Atlanta Executive Network's The Colony Square was the host of this month's Atlanta Executive Network's meeting with special guest speaker activist Judy Shepard. Judy shared the story of her tragedy of her son, Matthew Shepard. Sorry. She also explained how people can make a difference. The Colony Square, host of this month's meeting of the Atlanta Executive Network. Featured special, oh God, forget it. Judy shared the story of the tragedy of her son, Matthew Shepard. She also explained how people can make a difference in all levels, the effects of hate language, and a message for gay. God. Messages by Judy. Judy shared the story of the tragedy of her son, Matthew Shepard. She also explained how people can make a difference on all levels, the effects of hate language, and a message to the parents of gay children. Judy also brought forth the call of action to get involved at all levels. That was good. Final take. The Colony Square was the host of this month's Atlanta Executive Network's monthly meeting with special guest speaker activist Judy Shepard. Judy shared the story of the tragedy of her son, Matthew Shepard. She also explained how people can make a difference at all levels, the effects of hate language, and had a message for parents of gay children. Judy also brought forth the call of action to get involved at all levels. Okay, one more time, and I'm going to do it. Okay, final take. Colony Square, host of this month's Atlanta Executive Network's meeting, features guest speaker activist Judy Shepard. Judy shared the tragedy of her son, Matthew Shepard. She also explained how people can make a difference in all levels, the effects of hate language, and had a message for parents of gay children. Judy also brought forth the call of action to get involved in all levels. The Colony Square, the host of this month's Atlanta Executive Network's monthly meeting, featured, oh gosh, final one. Colony Square, host of this month's meeting of Atlanta Executive Networks, who features the Colony Square, the host of this month's Atlanta Executive Networks meeting,